Hey everybody, it's Mark. It is June 23rd, Colorado Sasquatch Research, and what I've done basically for this Monday morning is that print that we found. I have worked up the ravine. I've gone in reverse trying to see if I could locate a pathway, and it's been pretty dry along the ravine. So I've been working, that's how he came down. I looked around the ditch and came up the other side now. So I've been working the other side over there. That side is where I came down. So I basically came up, started where the print was. It's still there, by the way, and came up, and it's been pretty dry. All I've seen maybe on this side in the 15 minutes I've been climbing up the ravine is just minimal, maybe possible glyph symbology on the on the ground, but nothing real big until I came to a tree break. I'm still trying to stay in line, trying to see if I can pick up a trail where it came from. We're just going to try and keep the talking very minimal today because now we're catching vocalizations. And if this is possible, a female, I have a good opportunity to get some good interaction here. Hopefully. Anyways. So this is the first tree break that I've come to. Since coming up the hill, trying to see, I may have to go down a little bit because it was closer. It seemed like it kind of stayed closer to the road so I could watch the road. That's what I think it was doing, so I got to move down a little bit here. But see, I found another little, it's like a ravine, I guess. So, again, that other ravine, I can still work up it, but I kind of go in with my gut thinking that it came this way, closer down towards the road versus way high. Who knows though? Trying to pick up their prints is just over the top hard. See this here. A log or something was laid there and moved. This stick, of course, doesn't belong there. Another tree break. See, as I come down here, and they're getting higher. Here's another one. And then this one down here. So, see, what I'm thinking is that it stayed lower where it could kind of observe closer to the road versus climbing way up the mountain and coming down like I did. So basically, that's what I'm doing today, is I'm from that one track so I can make a determination how he came down. But see, closer, as we get closer down the road versus up there, I mean, it's, it's typical very thick pine forest. But it get, again, because the moisture runs downhill, it's hard to say. But that yeah, I was broke from there. Okay. Who knows? It's about 12 feet up. Just estimating. So, still working cat a corner with the print that was over there. And I'm just starting this way because I'm only assuming he came from this direction. See, here's a little game trail right here. Runs up into the bush here. So if my instincts are correct, I'm gonna find some scat, some poop here, like real quick, maybe. See this tree break. Now typically, see when you see these little underhangs, something's been in there, an animal. That's just big enough for a cat, not for a Sasquatch. But look at this. Something pulled up this moss. Just dug it up. See? Whoops, where'd that go? Shit. See that? See, it's all muddy. So something's already worked it for whatever. It's been turned up. It's kind of strange. Probably a cat. Small animal. Even I don't know if a coyote would, I think, clean the area like that. It's really going to be a scratching cat. Okay, so I'm still sticking to this game trail. Print is right over this ravine and down into the ditch. See, I have a lot of signs. See, look at this branch just thrown right there. Doesn't belong in anything. But haven't been able to pick up a good, decent print. It's about 6:15 in the morning, by the way. That structure is going to be way over there now, away from here. Whoop! No tracks, very minimal sign right here until I get up to this arch, which is another downhill type water runway. Still on this little game trail. What is that? Wow, look at this. You never... Wow. You never know what you're gonna run into out here in the forest. Look at this old piece of rusted sheet metal under this little outcrop. I hope there ain't no snake under there. Perfect place for a rattlesnake to hide, though. Thin piece of sheet metal. Who knows what it belongs to? It belonged to a satellite. So, see, I'm starting to get the feeling he didn't come this way. I mean, this tree is arched, but I feel like I'm off the track from which direction he came. Okay, this arch is anchored. Pretty cool here. I like this. See that? Let's go over here and look. Yep. Humongous arch. Look at this. See? It's been anchored with that tree. Very well. That's a big arch, big tree. Oh yeah, see this? This big tree has been arched into the ground, brought up, held by this other tree, and voila, there you go. Now it's snowfall, so who did that? The symbology, a lot of times, because that's what we're trying to figure out, is why do this. They don't need to mark a ravine. A ravine's a ravine. That's a natural landmark. It's cut through the ground. So why mark it? So I always look for scat or animal kill or something around it. But they wanted to say this is a highway. Come down the mountain. The soil is considerably drier, and there may be a structure in front of me up here. With all these arches and stuff. Let's go see. Not been able to pick up that print though. Reestablish it. Have an arched trees, two of them. That's about it so far. Yes. What do we have? See, I'm still working up. This is how I presume he came. Went down the mountain, and we just happened to get a print at the stream side. Goodness. It is rattlesnake season now, so gotta be careful of that. A little breeze too, a little light breeze. Wow, huge game trail here. Big time game trail. See, that's how many deer we have that run through here. This county has so many deer. It's like a deer heaven for Sasquatch. They're in people's yards and everything. Love Douglas County, Colorado. I wouldn't live anywhere else in the world. Oh wow. Okay. Alright. I found a landmark I've seen before. This X marking right at this game trail. Okay, so I kind of have an idea. Kind of. But this I always mark this. Look at this cool moss underneath this marking. It's like a mound. See this? Look. Look, watch. Let's see if I can. Yep. It's like an old piece of wood that the moss has grown, and there's a mound here. Right underneath this, see? Oh, that's interesting. It's just natural there. Okay. Print activity. Who knows? It's just an indentation into the earth. There's the heel. Nothing much better than that. Moving along the game trail. Still haven't seen any deer poop along it though. Deer, they poop a lot. I'm just trying to look for anything out of the ordinary. Looks like it was manipulated. As I move up, expect a couple segments of me just in the entire area from last week via the print and the structure. So, I mean, I'm just canvassing everything around it so that, you know, it's all in memory. Check this out. This is really cool. I don't know if a lot of people have seen this before, but in the southwest, see this boulder? There's a huge rock and this cactus. Cactus grows right on top of it. It feeds, it roots into the moss. And you get a cactus bed. Ugh. There's no peyote. The Sasquatch ate all the peyote off the mountain cactus. There it grows on the rock. Looks like a rock cactus. So it grows on top of a boulder away from the earth, which is an interesting thing. So it prefers to grow on top of a rock rooting into moss. See this? Look at how thick this moss is. See? Lots of vitamin C in the... there we go. Lots of vitamin C in that moss. Right. I'm considerably south of the print now. I've come to another ravine here. And something's been going on here. Now, I'm still on that game trail technically. I mean, it kind of winds up and around, but you know, sometimes it comes around these boulders. See this? Look. Something has been trying to tunnel in that. It's all like limestone. Granite. But, who knows? See, the thing about forests like this, because I know the area of the deer, I could build a structure. I could build something, spend a couple weeks out here. You would tell it's a human made, and the deer would go to it. This is a funny thing about deer, because they're does are going to be docile and they're going to be curious. They're going to come up to things and check it out. See this little height up here. Oh, the twisted wood, tree breaks, logs thrown up. A-frame symbology, stars, and a lot of times it's marking outcroppings like this under a rock, where like a rest stop. And that's something predominantly that you see. I mean, it's one thing to just say, okay, there's an A-frame in the forest. It could happen naturally, all that happened, but again, animal's been there, something's been there, and see, nothing grows in there. It's nice and clean, no human trash in here, so it's a very clean forest. There's a better view of that. Everything is like a blind again, just to mark whatever reason that is, a little height area, lay up rest area. Whoa, making too much noise. Trying to go slower. Okay. Pretty boring segment so far, but I had to show me coming from the print as a starter, trying to backtrack it, and we can't pick it up. So I'm gonna try a different approach, different area. We're gonna try, what was that? Whoop! Whoop! Woo! Okay, pretty boring segment. I may release it, I may not. Not a lot happened. But what we are going to do is stop the film here as I make my way up, see what happens. But came from the print down there at the bottom and worked our way up about a quarter of a mile so far. So we're just continuing on. Hopefully I can pick that print up. June 23rd, 2014.